diana mole Musa ngwala tatia bera kanta mogobale O jaja mogomandi juye Angwala tatia bera Musa sherifu ngwala tatia bera Ndebla sherifu la O siriki sanno wedi anyo Magote dia beye Siriki yilerebo Moro via chula siriki Ayendi layema Ture la kaimana wa Manjo ture juru karanani Laye diana motewa Atlanta chula le Laye dobe Atlanta siri madia berade Atiani ture la kaira Laye ngwala tadia bera Musa sherifu diana motewa O ture ngwala tadia bera Ture la ka foire mancha Ayendi jabate ma Wanfe jabate borade Fonfe jabate barika Abarika Musa ye Barika miyeni Atabla mola kolonye Barika miyeni Atabla via fana ye Mwato ansufe Ansu koromako Nato koromako Fakoli kumba jami chankoli Mwani fakoli la Mwato ansuko Koromalaka moko koromancha Moko mandi juye Ansu ngwala tadia bera Ansu ngwala tadia bera Alabama chula borade Efaki se jabate Ayendi jabate ma Fakisi jabate Musa diana mole Le seni kene beni Alanya ni kene ma Kene la kaibwa ni suma worola Ndenya le seni ko Ndiani suma woro ye Mwato le seni ko Elo seni ngwala tadia bera Kane la kaimano wa Ansu kamara Korotumo bwane kamara la kaira Kamara la kai tole kobake Kamara la kai tole ndesira Sibi kamara bora Ayendi ansuma Ndebla kamara irade Mbwani kamara ila Ansu ngwala tadia bera Sibi kamana wa Ibalo na yedu lenga fora Ibalo na yedu lenga fora Machange wote manawa Musa manawa Atlanta chula manawa Amerika chula kobarika Ndebla musara Sherifu la kaiboni aidara la Alakera monde aidara Sherifu la kaido yetura magaye Ndebla musa doira Musa ni balangu ya barika nye Kobe kele beba Nyangwa ya kele beba de Mbangali diana modewa Muhammedi diana mole Sidiki sana wabiko Lai ture churu karanani Samori ture bonson Ture la kailo ni koba kele ma ture Ture la kailo lena Ekele jula samori jabate Ndebla jabate ira Jabate do yetura manye Ndebla jabate ira Ayendi jabate ma Kelanya ni jabate ma Fonfe jabate wala tadia bera Ansu koroman bora de Alibama jula bora Musa badeni dotia Vakisi jabate Alanya ni jabate ma Leseni kani manawa Ansu kamara barika Mora ko jula dewa Kamara la kaimanawa Chaja wala tadia bera Ayendi Musa ma Ikatia momiye Imado watira Ikakwe ya momiye Imabo watira de Ndiani Musa doye Ndeboya Musa doima Musa limbala kobarika Abarika korotumu ye Atlanta chula biko Minnesota mɔgɔ ba bi kɔ, Chicago jula bi kɔ, Philadelphia mɔgɔ ba bi kɔ, New York jula bi kɔ. Aye fala Musa la, Musa ngwala tadia bera, Washington jula bi kɔ Musa. Wonika wa Ameriki, Musa Sherifu tɔgɔ bɛ fɔ. Nika wa Liberia, Musa Sherifu tɔgɔ bɛ fɔ. Wonika se Abidjan, Musa Sherifu tɔgɔ bɛ fɔ. Alika wa Mali la, Musa Sherifu tɔgɔ bɛ fɔ. Lajinɛ ka yilere kɔ dɛ, Liberia yilere kɔ, Ivoire yilere kɔ. Musa Manawa, Musa ngwala tadia bɛra wo. Musa ngwala tadia bɛra. Mago benasia, osia sia mago benasia. Mago madi juye, Musa ni bala mago madi juye. Sherifu lolena, moye mangan suma, aite mangan doze. Nyande nyina mosako jamogo be tia mogo yoko ningere mogo be boya mogo yoko ningere mogo be la mogo la koningere mogo be tia mogo la koningere Musa Kambonya Musa Sherifu Kambonya oja jangwa la tadia bera ndebla Sherifura onaima Musa dolo kwabake naima Musa dolo Musa Sherifu dolo ndesira konye Naima Musa Torolon, Musa Torole Kabako, Musa Torole Championnat, Ndebla Sherifula, Mobilier Telena Bolila Mona, Mobilier Bolila Mona Vaneve, Terrain Telena Bolila Mona, Terrain Bolila Mona Vaneve, Avia Telena Bolila Mona.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, the convention of Felmausa, we have rules, regulations, we have protocols that needs to be followed at all times. And one of them is for every time we assemble, we have to make sure that we call the convention to order before we can proceed to any other process. And to do that, we want to make sure that our chapter states are registered. We want to make sure that every chapter pay their due. And we want to make sure that those who are in the reading also make their publication. So you are not considered a delegate until you are seated and satisfied by the administration. That is because only the administration knows chapters that are in good standing with the Federation. So, Mr. Secretary General, can you please come forward? Yeah, we can see some delegates have been seated already. Those delegates all clear with all obligation and are in good standing with the Federation, financially and as far as organization obligation.
So, as for the delegates that have been seated, we can ascertain that yes, they are clear and in good standing. So you have folks that are not clear, we have their name on the list, and we're going through the process to get them certificated.
Honorable Election Commission, ladies and gentlemen, with the power vested in me, I will declare this convention open. Few statements before I take my seat. I think we're going to have the opportunity to talk. but this is not time for that. It's time to do some housekeeping, which is we are here to put our community first. And in order to maintain that, we have to make sure that we are responsible. We should know that everything we do here today, or moving forward in the next day or two, we're going to be held accountable by the generation to come. So I want to urge all of you to maintain that respect among ourselves, that we maintain that friendship, the brotherhood, that gave us the reason to put the organization together, is to foster our community, to move the Mandela community forward. So I want to tell you thank you for coming, and I want to thank the state of Minnesota for hosting us. I think last night was a blast, and I think we got more to do. That's why the political aspect, coming together to meet your brothers in government for 15 years, I think that should be one good reason where people can really come to the convention. And we want to come here in peace. We want to make sure all of us return in peace. I want to thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The convention is officially open. Thank you.
Before Officer Commander Charles, please call the police officer that back, please. Please call the
motion to raise.
Mr. President.
Hey, I'd like to welcome everybody. I know we have some people from out of town, that's my understanding. So, there's just a little couple of housekeeping rules. I know we have a spirit debate over this, if there's elections and stuff like that. Myself, personally, I was the president of the African American Police Officers Association. So I know how these events get, okay? But with that, keep that in mind. We've hosted a lot of events for the West Africans in this building. We have not had one incident. But I'm so proud of that. Because everybody's been, I understand people get upset over stuff like this. Folks here, let's set that example. Now, for the people who don't want to understand what I'm saying, and they want to continue, if they want to break the law, I have notified the precinct about the event. When I get done with this, I would like to say, hey, it was a wonderful event, so we don't have to have the officers I call it, and I guarantee you they're not going to look like me. All right? So I just want to make sure we have a great event, and you guys continue to come back and have your events here, and like I said, I'm really proud of the events we have had here in the past, and I want you guys to have a good time, so thank you.
Thank you, Commander. Third word, bagging kids, because when we need to prove some of our eyes like kids. So I'm not here to be bagging kids. If you have problems, I'm just going to call the commander and hear what he said. He is going to call a group that does not look like his color, white guys. And when those boys come, they don't joke around.
The state of Minnesota want to ask the president that the protocol of the convention should be followed. One, the roll call of the town of state is supposed to be done constitutionally by this administration. That's one. The second interjection is we have 70 delegates. The state of Wisconsin provided 2 places of delegates. So the state of Minnesota is intending that the delegate at this convention, the General Assembly, the South, will represent Wisconsin. Thank you very much.
The issue that you just raised, for the most part, is deeper than what you can just, say in a few seconds. What I can assure you, we're going to make sure that we have free and transparent convention, but the administrative aspect that have been taken care of before getting here are the one that we're going to follow moving forward. Before coming here, Felmausa Constitution mandated the administration to make sure that every state that is a chapter member of the Federation registered, and that registration should be made open to the public 15 days before the convention. Granted, we did receive 2 lists. One list from the organization that is a chapter of the Federation, organization who are not happy with our organization. That is a process that is being addressed. It's not there yet. We'll continue to address it, but we want to make sure we have a convention here that will be free of emotion, will be free of problem. We're going to have a peaceful convention. And we do not want to reduce this into debate between individuals. To let the audience know as to what is going on, that's why we came here to make that clarification. So in short, the state of Wisconsin delegate list was submitted and it was published along with other states, out of 13 chapters. And those states who were clear are the ones that are sitting here with the badge. So, Mr. Moderator, for the sake of time, we don't want to do this into back and forth. We want to make sure that we maintain the order.
State of Georgia, before we proceed, we want to let you know that we do second the motion of the state of Minnesota. And we don't want this to be a back and forth between the leadership and the state of Minnesota. When the convention is called the order by the president, he has no voting right. The General Assembly takes over. That's the Constitution. Thank you.
When the convention is assembled and declared open, we all know that there's a protocol that are in place. We also know that the president alluded to, we are not just assembling here because we want to. We are assembling here because it's outlined in our Constitution that it should be, we should assemble. And we also know that the Federation of the greatest medical association in the United States of America is run, the day-to-day affairs run by the national administration. And we also know any provision that has to do with election of delegates, submission, or seating is accredited by the national administration. The provision in the Constitution that gave us the power and the right to make sure that states are in good standing before they are seated. That's why right now, if you go to the door while you are entering, you see the financial secretary is sitting right there by the gate. She's making sure that states are in good standing before they are seated. So we want to make sure good standing doesn't just mean paying money. Good standing also means that you are in line with the protocol that's outlined in the Federation's Constitution. Like the President mentioned, every state that has to be here has to submit a list to the National Administration 2 weeks prior to being here. The Election Commission printed a guideline. The guideline went to the Board of Directors for approval. However, the guideline did not circumvent its Constitution. It also satisfied what the Constitution said. And the guideline went forward and said people could make changes when names were submitted. So as the national administration, as the people who are responsible to run the day-to-day affair of the Federation, we are not going to be here to litigate crisis. We don't anticipate it, but if we come on board, we do our best, the best we can to resolve it. However, the national administration recognizes chapters that are here and they are being accredited. Not all chapters are being accredited so far because some people have balance due payment. So, as the Constitution mandate is very specific, every chapter that is here right now that has been accredited so far submitted their list to the national administration 2 weeks in advance. And that just means saying that's what the Felmausa Constitution said. The Felmausa Constitution did not say when the Constitution allowed the delegate to submit lists and accredited by the administration, then the General Assembly will undo those. The Constitution did not say that. The Constitution did not say if my state of New Jersey submitted their list 15 days according to the Constitution, and then we come in here, the General Assembly can tell New Jersey they don't respect the law. It doesn't work like that. State has the law. We want to make sure that everyone understands. If
We need to show respect, sit down, be quiet, and listen. You can always have your time to speak. And if you want to say something, I mean, our constitution says the president chairs the convention. And the moderators are right here. Please be recognized before you can start talking. It doesn't bother well for people to be talking, in small groups all across the hall. Having said that though, I think the issue raised by Minnesota is a very valid issue. And it needs and it's very clear. We've raised this issue over and over that the document is not perfect like any document, even in the U.S. Constitution. Since it was written, there have been several amendments. There are a lot of rooms for amendment, for improvement. I mean, anybody with common sense knows that the convention is the General Assembly. The General Assembly is the plenary. The plenary can take any decision. All decisions. The Constitution, yes, says the president presides over the convention. He called the convention into order. The folks from Minnesota raised the motion and he granted the motion. It needs to be addressed. But we can address it without throwing fingers at each other. I have a suggestion here. Time is fast spent. These issues have been resolved long before we got here. But we don't want to apportion blame. Having gotten here already, we need to have a debate. We are going into election. But we cannot do any of that unless the issue in Wisconsin is addressed. How do we address it? Unless the president of Wisconsin comes forward and point at somebody in both delegations that this person doesn't belong to Wisconsin. If they all come from Wisconsin and they are all fully participating in the activities in Wisconsin, then I think we can take a break. If in 10 minutes, the president and the two delegations should go meet. They should go meet and discuss and harmonize the group. They should come with a single slate, 5 delegates. If they can do that in 30 minutes, that's fine. If they cannot do that, then the administration can say the General Assembly or the convention doesn't have the right to undo what was done. Because the VPA raised a very valid point. But VPA, the issue is New Jersey, Philadelphia, and our state don't have conflict. Wisconsin does have conflict. So the issue is how do we resolve the conflict? I have 2 days. The president said you have 2 days. Okay? So please, but we cannot be talking over each other. So that is my suggestion, Mr. VPA. Call the president from Wisconsin, the 2 delegations. Give them the opportunity to go behind closed doors and meet. They can harmonize. They can give and take. But if they are not able to do that in 30 minutes, then I think it's fair enough that the General Assembly here be empowered to rule on whose list should be accepted. I rest my case. Thank you.
The national administration is still responsible to run the affair of the Federation. But I'm new survey, with all due respect, a co-chairman of the board. Our laws are very clear. Provided a suggestion. One thing we're not going to do is to go back and forth and give everybody the modification suggestion. Then we're not going to go ahead. Yes. We have an itinerary to be carried out, which is outlined right for everyone coming here and also sent to the state. Right now, the aspect of the program is going to be going to debate. That's what we're telling you right now.
Let's be Fatiha بسورة الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. Please, ladies and gentlemen. No, wait. Here is my appeal to all of us. And to understand that we are here for a very serious business. I haven't read the Constitution entirely because there are different versions, but my understanding of working in the legislature and Roman rules of order, when a motion is made and seconded, one or two things could happen. One or two things could happen. One, you can receive that motion and open for discussion, or you could receive the motion under Roman rules of law, or to table that motion pending a particular subject matter that is urgent to be discussed. Wait. So my appeal to you, to the General Assembly, is to be patient, to allow the debate to take place, and I will appeal to the President, since he himself granted the motion, that we should not dismiss the motion, table the motion pending the debate. After the debate, we can discuss the issue, okay? We're not going to dismiss the issue. The issue of resolving the conflict in Wisconsin is a legitimate issue and it must be addressed. So I will appeal to all of us. Let us allow the debate to take place right now. Thank you. And take that motion and it can be discussed subsequent to the debate. Thank you. Okay? And I really want to also appeal further to respect the candidates when they are debating. We don't want people talking from across the hall. And this is Minnesota. Particularly my brothers and sisters from Minnesota, we are the hosts. We have to also be respectful to our hosts, to our guests. I'm not saying that the emotions should not rise because nobody has control over that, but you can control how you react to it. So I'm appealing to all of us, let us remain calm. And inshallah, we'll listen to the debate. And after the debate, bring that motion back, don't dismiss it because it has the potential of creating conflict, even not just today, in the future. So let us discuss here, inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help all of us to be able to keep calm and then resolve the issues that are pending before us. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Again. Before we start the process, we would like to introduce our team here. And we will start with our sister here. Because in every situation we say, ladies and gentlemen, so we will start with our sister. She will introduce herself here.
Pennsylvania.
I'm looking forward to a fruitful day.
Thank you all so much for attending this all-important debate. We had so many people online because of the time that was put for initially. But now, regrettably, we have only 2 people online right now listening to us. So the little conversation here has impacted our online audience a bit. I hope and pray that you all can go to Felmausa's chat group. I have already posted the information where people can log in to listen to the debate because you have impacted our audience a lot. So please share the information on your page so we have people online and we have the opportunity to ask necessary questions that will impact this community. Initially, I have spoken to the administration and I think that I spoke to the election commission chairman and co-chair, the 2 candidates pertaining to time. And I told them, with the experience that I have in conducting debate in our community, I said 2 hours was not going to be enough. So, one of the candidates said, I proposed 3 hours. And one of the candidates said, that was too much. There was a negotiation during the first debate. We conducted the online debate. It was 2 hours. And I decided to turn the debate off because I was very time conscious. And then there was an appeal for us to extend the time. And then I spoke to the moderators around me here. They agreed that we extend the debate to another 30 minutes, going 2 hours, 30 minutes. And I decided that since I have been called the chairman, I can make a decision. And I extended, they said 15 minutes actually, but I extended to 30 minutes and we ended up going close to an hour. It was 6 minutes short of 3 hours. So today's debate, I also spoke with the convention chairperson. He told me they are very firm. It has to start 11 and then it ends in a framework of 2 hours. So before we start this debate, I don't want, when I look at my clock is, for example, 12 right now, when I start the debate, and in 2 hours I try to end the debate, then there's an appeal saying that, oh, let's extend the time. So let's take care of that right now before we move forward. The 2 candidates are here, and I will first ask, I don't want to ask the moderators first, but I want to ask the 2 candidates, what is their view on this? Should we go 2 hours or should we go 3 hours?
Check. Sorry.
Was 2 hours.
All right, this.
2 hours is acceptable by the team.
Okay. It's 30 minutes after 1. So. All right. We want to declare this debate open. We don't want to spend too much time like waiting for 1:15 to be exact. So we want to declare the debate open. But before we do that, the last time we have to spin a coin to know who's going to answer first and who's going to answer second. Now, I don't have any points on me now, so can somebody make that decision for us quickly by giving us 25 cents or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm right. You got my magazine, right?
one person has to do the tail and one person take the head.
What do you want?
Head, magazine?
Who? Head.
Same thing. Huh? Let's go. It's spinning for us. It's not me.
And it is. Yeah, they're here.
Yeah.
Head it is, yes.
Thank you very much. The election commissioners were to introduce the candidates. We also have an oversight. So, Mr. Commissioner, please go ahead.
Most of you know me by now. My name is Abraham Fafana from the state of Minnesota, and I have with me Mr. Mohammed Eskamara. I'm the chairman, of course, of the Elections Commission. I have Mohammed Eskamara, the co-chair, and I have our special president of Kim V. members of the Elections Commission. Now, without further delay, I'm just going to jump into action here. This last election is conducted as a team. We have two teams running for office this time, and the two teams are known as Team Mamadi Sise, of course, and Team Sibu Ken. Of the two teams, we have people vying for position. Team Sibu Ken, we have running for president, Sibu M. Kenneth. We have Mohammed Fafana, Vice President for Administration, and we have Vice President for Operations, Ishmael Kumar. We have National Secretary General Lucille Benedict. We have National Financial Secretary Jihan Sidibe. We have National Treasurer Fatuma Fafana. On the side of Team Mamadi Sise, we have, of course, Mamadi B. Sise, National President. We have Olufen Kenneth, Vice President of Organization. We have Musa S. Fofana, Vice President of Organization. We have Alpha D. Jabatan, we have Father S. Ford, National Financial Secretary. Amira Kamara, these are candidates.
Before then, we gave each candidate 3 minutes to introduce themselves. And in the process, what we experienced, like for example, I'm reporting to this reporter, or maybe too much of reporting, we're only going to allow 1 reporter per question, and then we'll move to the next one. So we don't have some time here. So we will move on to Team Mamadi Sise. We have 3 minutes to introduce yourself. We also want to take this time to welcome on stage Mr. Sekou Ken. We'll give you 2 seconds to the next person. Thank you very much. Your time starts.
Mamadi Sise, one of the presidential candidates in this race. Want to thank the Almighty Allah for granting me this opportunity to be part of this process. I think our community is at a very critical stage. While I introduce myself, I think it's also good for me to just indicate here that what we saw 2 or 3 minutes ago is an indication why it is necessary for us to make this change. That is not who we are, and that is not what we stand for. But we will have the opportunity to go into that. But I also want for you to know that here with me tonight is my beautiful wife. Can you stand up for a few minutes? Our mother to you all. And those who have come here to sympathize with us who are not part of our community. Felmausa was envisioned 7 or 10 years ago. And the goal was for us to empower, retain, and promote our cultural heritage. And our goal for the past 10 years is yet to be achieved. So while my team, Team Mamadi for United Felmausa, is to make sure that that dream that was perceived will be pursued. And to make sure that Felmausa, better days that are still yet ahead, will be achieved. That our community has come to a point where we cannot digress anymore. We cannot go back to the days where people benefited from us and we did not get any benefit back. We have to be in the driver's seat. So this thing, normally Sise for United Felmausa will be the drivers for the dreams that you have. We will be the ones to deliver the dreams that we had 10 years ago. With your input, with your support, with the unity that we are yet to achieve based on what happened 3 minutes ago, we will be able to bring that unity to this community. And that's the reason why.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our elders, Mr. Moderators, our distinguished election commissioners. I want to welcome all of you. My name is Sekou Kene. I think most of you know me already, and I think by the end of this debate, you're going to know me more. Okay, we had the opportunity to lay out what we have for you, and not only what we have for you, what we have done for you on your behalf, that God is doing you. I heard my brother talking about unity. Unity does not happen in isolation. He's never been around, so he doesn't know what's going on. For anybody to think that this time that Felmausa is in a critical junction, it means that you don't know what's going on in Felmausa. Felmausa is progressive. I'm very excited as all of you here, happy. We're going to have chemistry, we're going to have disagreement. There will be people that will not be happy for one or two reasons. But should we take that disagreement to destroy the community? No. So I will tell you, at the end of this convention, we're going to leave from here happy, we're going to leave from here peaceful. We will not allow anybody to smuggle their way through division. As you can see, whatever happened here 3 years ago, it did not happen in isolation. It happened because when and educated by tell you, sit down and not prepare. We will prepare as people. I was there for 6 years. So now he's coming back here today for help, they let him. I think, I don't know if that's a judgment issue, but for me, I don't think that was the right thing to do. If I stay away for 5 years, even 1 day, if I want to come around, I want to come and familiarize myself as the status of the organization. Because we know that's what we do for representation is in the right direction. For 13 chapters, declining, then you don't know the definition of decline. I think that is the problem. So I'm going to move forward. We are aware of what we're doing. That's why we are doing so big. Because we've been around and we'll continue to be around. But I can tell you, unity is what we want at the end of this election. Whether you're with me or you're with Muhammad, at the end of the day, we're one family, we're brothers and sisters. So I will encourage all of you to make sure that we respect each other. We're going to disagree. I'm going to put to time.
Thank you. At least if you want to, that's okay. I'm not hearing no boy, you know, so that's going to be a distraction. We will now move on to our sister, one of our moderators, Mabia, to pose the first question.
Is there any plan for empowering the various chapters in partnership to uplift their living condition of our sisters that are single mothers and homeowners in terms of economic and social welfare system?
Thank you. 2 minutes. 3 minutes was to introduce yourself, 2 minutes to answer question. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to go to answer this question based on our chapter empowerment. But I think my brother here stated that the federation is progressing. We have the time to talk about that. But I think through my cemetery policy system, through my cemetery policy, which we have to empower the chapter states and also strengthen Felmausa. So the cemetery policy is that this federation, at the end of this convention, 30% of whatever is earned goes to Minnesota. 70% goes to Felmausa. So what I said is, make sure that you use the 30% to carry on many projects that you are talking about to benefit our mothers, the youth, our students, and the elderly in the community. And then 70% of that, we should take 30% of the 70% to get that 30% of the 70% also will be given out as projects to 5 different chapters. So our goal here is that in 2 years, we should have the opportunity to have 2 of the 14 chapters that have projects in their chapters. In that way, we will fulfill what we have asked for to help our mothers, the youth, the elderly, and our students. That's how we want to empower this federation. Because as of now, we don't have any data. We don't have any data that will shift this organization to apply to federal grant. We don't have that. The only way we can be able to do that is to take seed money, initiate projects, and then we document, we record them, and use that as a time to get to benefit our
Thank you very much. I think as you can see, the brother does not understand the issue. He did not understand the question. The question was, what can you do? What are you going to do to empower our women? Unfortunately, we were not at the last convention, the last Gender conference. We discussed several issues. And we came up with 5 agenda items. My brother didn't go in there. He doesn't know, he doesn't have an idea what happened there. On the top of the list, we had peace and reconciliation. We had political involvement in Liberia. We have economic empowerment of our community. And other stuff was discussed. Granted, since we're talking about women were given the opportunity to speak issues affecting them as mothers and the need for their children. And that clearly articulated their points and their opinions. And those were taking the serious consideration there. But there are a lot of brothers here, like Brother Joseph and other people that were there, they contributed. For us, the process is already ongoing. After that debate, we did not just talk the talk, but we walk the walk. We call all the sisters that participated in that, and sisters that were not there. We are right now in the process. We used to go to have a TED conference 2 weeks ago. We can call Sister Mara, we can call Sister Sibu Mara, we can call Sister Bijou. They are all clear evidence. We don't just talk, we walk. I think that's what we're doing so great. So,
thank you. So everything people have stated here probably are people in this concern. But I think for the past couple of months, right, our women in our community have been asking for inclusion. Everybody here can attest to that. Sister Mami Fofana have clearly stated that the women in our federation do not have a role under this leadership. For 2 weeks, they had an open proposal to this leadership to respond to them about their inclusion, even on the election commission. And there was nothing coming back from this leadership. When you cannot even respond to a request for our women in our community. That is not what we call women empowerment. I think it is totally a fallacy to come here to claim something that you have not done.
Time. Hold on the rhetoric. You can clap, but please, let's forget about talking. Yes, please. 1 minute. The ministers.
You never understand the truth. For Muhammad to sit here and say that we are not encouraging women, my administration had the most number of women in the history of Felmausa of any other administration. The history now, the is a woman. The co-chairman for the PR, Public Relations, is a woman. The co-chair for the education community is a woman. The secretary for the planning community, she's a woman. Stop the shouting or leave it. Calling right now, Sister Mami. This no lack of
time.
For me, I have high energy, so I'm going to call walking stage. All right. As moderators, we are here to guide a fruitful discussion, okay? We want to make sure that the candidates see through the audience see through the candidates so that they can know and ask questions about them the most. Having said that, the first question goes to our Honorable President. I want you to look at the audience right. Make a case to the audience. Why do you think you deserve a second term?
Here are some of the reasons. Because if I want to go through the reason, believe me, my time will go out. When we talk about Felmausa, less than 2 years ago, Felmausa used to take money, borrow money from people to stage this convention. Today, we use our own money to have the convention. Education community of Felmausa was there. Today, we have two students currently in the University of Nigeria, and we have 3 in Nigeria. Before us, there was fighting between the board and administration. Always, that was one of the major problems in Felmausa. Since we took over, we resolved that. Peace in Felmausa is peace in our community. Thirdly, this community, the energy level of Felmausa was dead. You know that. We brought the energy back to this organization. So I gave you the reason why we should be elected. First, we gave you financial security, we gave you education. As a matter of fact, we are in the process of trying to build a clinic for Nigerian. We don't just talk. We test and we discussed it with the board of directors. And we were told that we have to follow some procedures by trying to get our article of incorporation in Nigeria so we can proper documents so the land can be in our constitution name. That's what we're doing right now. But I don't expect him to know because he's not around. He has no idea what we're doing. But we have done a lot. Continue what we started. I know you can do that.
Time. Before when I said came into office, Felmausa was never in a financial crisis. But many travel statement was sponsored by Mr. Trump. This inauguration was sponsored by Mr. Trump. That were already stable. That is totally not true. Okay? And I know the only language who has is normally have stayed away. But appropriately we will have the time and I will address that. To tell people what it means to be away and what it means to be not away.
Mr. Sissy, leadership comes with challenges and responsibility. Make a case to the audience. Look at the audience. Make a case to them. What are some of the things you have achieved as a leader?
One of the things that especially in relation to this celebration, is that I am one of the founding fathers of Felmausa. I'm the very first vice president for operation. I also serve as the chairman for the education committee. We also have time to discuss that. I was very instrumental in making sure that we receive our 501c3 status. Brother Sako can attest to that. You see, this badge of honor I have here is not for nothing. But beyond that, I've also had the opportunity to serve and represent our community outside of this federation as the executive director for the organization of Liberians in Minnesota for over 5 years. I'm also part of a group of West African leaders on the Minnesota Ebola Task Force as the project coordinator. And for the very first time, we carried out an after-impact Ebola focus group discussion that is now in the format of that report and have gained national attention. So we come to this not as people knew. This team have a lot of experience, brothers and sisters, but my contribution and the leadership that I think I have had and the impact is just not in our community, but also beyond our community as well.
All right, thank you for serving. Mama, you just talked about his service outside of our community. You don't want to know his record in our community. I don't think you want to know that. If you know that, you will not turn to elect Mamadi. Mamadi, as executive director of OLM, is an issue that happened here in Minnesota. A bad person, a little boy by the name of Bawu, who died. The community went ahead and raised money. Under Mamadi leadership, an African store owner gave them $3,500. Mamadi and his team, they misused that money, they misappropriated that money to the point where the man have to come, go check his bank account. The money was clear, but the money did not reach to the recipient. Mamadi had 55 people of all that went and
I'm apologizing to you. There's no booing. There's no booing. You live in America, you watch national debates, and you don't hear people doing what you're doing. You can clap your hands, but please let's stop the booing to minimize the noise and also the tension in the house. I beg you guys, let's do it for our community. Let's do it because of brothership. Clap your hands. And besides that, our guest speaker is in town and he's at the hotel. I'm going to go pick him up pretty soon. So please behave yourself.
Brother Sekou has gone so low to a point that those in this hall who witnessed that or tragic incident that occurred in our community, for him to sit here and say that I've invested $3,000 is very shameful. That's the lowest we can go. But unlike the camera is here, we spend our own money day and night going by the riverside. Tell me for God's sake, who would have the guts to take $3,000 when we try to bury a dead child? Why will you come and sit here? Click on the link. You will see the link as a YouTube link that will present a full report.
Time, money.
It's very simple.
Mr. Cisse, good evening, Mr. President. My question was to Mr. Cisse. During the teleconference debate last week, the President levied allegations of corruption, dishonesty, and dishonesty against you, that you were in fact locked out of the OLM facility. How true is that? You did not answer the question. He came back and levied the allegation, did not answer the question. So how true is it? Can you answer now? Were you locked out of that facility? Second, if elected, what assurance can you give this organization that your administration will not be dogged by allegations of corruption, inefficiency, and so on and so forth?
When the president makes allegations that are not true. The issue that was not a law that was back before or stopped Mamadi system from going, that stopped all Nigerians from going to the community center. It was not about Mamadi. It was about the Nigerian community. It was a board member who took upon himself to lock the door, change the locks, and stop Nigerians from coming in there to hold meeting. But you know, while saying in Milwaukee, we took the right process to resolve the issue. What we did was, we involved law enforcement. We involved the legal system. And we stood right there. They came, they investigated, and they found out that in fact, the fellow who like the law had no reasons to do so. The police required him, he was not even present. But they told us to go in. They opened the door, we went in, we had a community meeting. It was a meeting for the community, it was not a meeting for me. It was a meeting for the community. And the doors were open. And my brother, Abdullah Katama Sakamara, what? Honorable Momo Sekou Dudu is right there. He can attest to that. So
you know.
Mama is not saying the truth. Let me be honest with you. Leadership start with honesty, truthfulness. You admitted that the door was locked. Mama didn't tell you that 55 members of OLM petitioned to get him and the people out of office. What happened? And he explained to us. Mama Lee is talking about conflicts in Wisconsin. Mama Lee, as vice president of our operation, we had issue in Texas. We had issue in Georgia. The same Wisconsin issues here existed at that time. You failed to resolve. It's coming back on me right now. We're going to make sure that we resolve the problem. We got this. So it's like a woman or a double there.
Thank you very much.
Again, you know, again, like I said, there's going to be on a running track. Second, this president now is even down to the credibility of Omodudu, Musa Kamara, Abdullah Kentama, to say that it's a lie, that there was none, or because I said the door were locked, it's a falsehood. That is not totally true. There are credible people in here, and like I said, the locking of the door had nothing to do with me. It was a board member who locked the door, so there's no reason why Sekou should come here to talk about an organization that he had nothing to do with. He's trading in fallacies, which I totally believe that tonight we're going to have to continue to rebut some of the false schools that he's trying to portray here. There was no reason. The reason was between the board of directors. Very clear. It was between the board of directors.
Thank you very much. That will promote women in our community, to promote the community itself. Second first.
My biggest secret to women empowerment, to getting around women, is to be with them. If you don't be with them, you don't understand their problem. That's why they call me my president. Being with my mothers, not their problem. But for the past 6 years, he never attended my mother, he never attended the convention, he never paid no money, he had just paid nothing to the organization. To encourage somebody in my people, without knowing them, we cannot trust someone who you don't know them. No one knows you. Because you don't know around them. How will they trust you? So for me, my secret is knowing them, getting to know them, go around them, make them feel comfortable around me. So I'm comfortable around them. He's not used to that, so he cannot do that. So for me, I'm in the community, whether president or not president, whether I'm running for president or not running for president, I will be with the community, I will associate with them. If it comes to making anything that will make this community better, I'm not going to take myself big because I claim to have some education. You understand? For me personally, I put the community first. And women before men. So I'm always with them. As a matter of fact, I have 2 big groups I'm a part of. I have one in Texas, I have one in Michigan. I'm proud of them. Thank you very much.
For me, I think one of the things that one of the things I think to have is I have all girls. They are my buyers for women's customers. I have all girls. And what I say to them is that you can achieve anything you want to achieve in this world, regardless of who you are, whether you are male or female. So my bias begins from over there. But it is also the fact that we empower women looking at the disadvantages they face. Do you know that only 4% of women are in the technology area? 4%. Do you know that women earn less, about 25% of what we get as men? That's what keeps me up. That's the reason why my bias for women, I really believe that we empower women based on what we know the disadvantages that they face. Now, that's the reason why my women empowerment policy, like I said, is 30% of all of my appointments in my leadership will be women. So out of every person appointed in my leadership, I will be women. That's how we empower women. There's nothing against standing with our mothers. There's nothing against celebrating with our mothers.
especially with the medical mission. But if elected president of Felmausa, what are you going to do to empower the diaspora community first before helping in Liberia? We'll go back to, this time I'll go to money.
Thank you very much. Chairman State leadership was a very big mistake. And the very first thing we're going to do is to bring our medical mission back. We have to also empower the chapter states. I think in order for us to help the diaspora community, we want to have to help the other side. So that's not what we're trying to do. So through the Soviet policy, where we're going to have many projects empower the chapters.
As we go. Mamadi does not understand this organization. That Sekou destroyed the medical mission. He don't mind away from the truth. But Joseph Saka, there was President Bangali Chawale who declared the medical mission closed. But President beside that, the medical mission, we are not going to discount the medical mission. We made it very clear in the last convention in Dallas. We were asked if we were to prioritize between the medical mission and education, which will you choose? We clearly stated that we choose education. So, and that's why we are so great in advancing the education community. Nevertheless, we are not discounting the medical mission. We're here to talk. We say we want to remodel the medical mission. We want to go forward. We're not going to leave the medical mission down. But we say we're going to prioritize education. Before you talk about doctor, you got to go to school to be a medical doctor. So for me personally, I have invested more in educating our people.
Thank you, time.
Sekou can have it both ways. I know we can prioritize educating our daughters, our sons, but tell me, if they're not feeding well, how are they going to go to school? So which one? So Sekou is going to be true?
Please, we don't need the audience to respond. Mamadi, I'll give you 10 seconds.
Intentionally let the medical mission to die because we did not have the authority to restart the medical mission. We shouldn't send a sugar coat. We know exactly what happened between Sekou. I don't want to read this out, but I know what Sekou did for me not to be able to restart the medical mission trip. It's the total disrespect for our elders. Somebody who started our medical mission trip, there's no way if our name Joseph Sarko's done.
Thank you very much. One rebuttal each and we'll move forward for the sake of time. So we will give you that opportunity and then we'll move forward. No more rebuttal to that question.
All right, I think the brother did not deny what I said. President Babangida is right here. That medical mission was even after my election. Which should have never happened. And we do not want to re-educate what happened during the past. When we done that conference. And we are moving to but we say establishment where it can be added as a standing community in other community in the organization. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We did not let the medical mission go. We even were told that it was there. Clinic is better. Clinic is the long term.
Thank you. Time. Thank you very much. There's somebody in this hall here tonight that I'd like you to give a big hand clap for, and that is the Madigo community. You are doing very, very well by keeping it low. Give yourself a very big hand clap. Thank you very much. We'll go to the next moderator.
All right. This question is for Sekou. But I will also ask Brother Mamadi to weigh in. Mr. President, for the past 2 years, you served as president of Felmausa. Is there anything that you regret? And if you are re-elected, what will you change? We are human. I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody is perfect. So if you ask me if I regret anything, I would say yes. That would be after the last election in Dallas, Texas. We try our best to reach out to everybody that participated in that election, including my uncle here, Felmausa. To every member that ran against us to come and work with us, because we have a community of that election. But actually, we will not be able to get it before. Whether it is because they are unwilling to come, or maybe we should follow a different model to do it, but we will not stop doing that. We will continue to reach out to them. That's the only thing I regret, because I know we have a lot of talented people on our team that will help us shape the direction of the other thing. They are able to come around this time around after this election. I know we're going to win. I know everybody will be willing to come work with us so that we can start working on this. For the education community, over there, he did extremely well. That's why, right now, for the education, maybe, but nobody can come well with the education community. Learn something from you. Maybe after 2 or 3 years, or 4 years, you can come out for president. But you cannot stay away from an organization for 6 years. Only to show they might want to be president? Is that the only thing you can do for the nation without being president? Everybody knows that. That's why I was called opinion leader before.
Thank you very much. Time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mamani, go ahead.
Well, let me start from the last topic, the last discussion. He talked about his education committee chairperson. The chairperson is talking about benefiting from this scholarship that I operated when he was not even in the United States. Chairperson benefited from the scholarship that I wrote that he is now carrying on, and that's what we call in non-profit organization perpetuality. And beyond that, their leadership divisive nature also is unilaterally selecting and appointing officials in chapter state without the knowledge of the president of the chapter. Tell me, how is that uniting the federation? And the leaders in our chapter now, or those who are appointed in these chapter states, are answerable to Sekou. How divisive that is. So there's no way Sekou can stand here to say that he's a uniter. He's not a uniter. He's one of the most divisive presidents ever in the history of our federation.
Thank you very much. Madina Dudley, for question.
Mr. President, I just concluded all that everybody by January prior for women. One of the people discussed was about women empowerment. Could you please explain for us why they initiated that?
For those of you who did not make it, to the particular agenda conference, 5 agenda items that we agree on, women empowerment was one of them. And to do that, you got to start from somewhere. You cannot build a house from the top. You got to start from the bottom up. And that's exactly what we started doing. We started engaging with women. First, those that were there. And go beyond those that are not there. So, like I said earlier, it's a process that we already started, and it requires everybody's contribution, including you, Sister Lady, you're doing great. And we hope other sisters like you can come forward. We have reached out to the organization to a lot of people. But again, I want to say this. This community is very, very great, and we should be proud of ourselves. It is only in the Madigo community, in this organization, for somebody like Mama, you and imagine for the convention for 6 years. All of us. All of you that are here stay around for 6 years. Organization. So you can't stay over an organization and you say you will do something on our behalf in one area with something to the record, and you cannot even explain what happened, why the law was not to help you. Then you come here want to be president of Felmausa? No, it doesn't work like that. You want to be president of Felmausa, come around, come help. You have to earn it. It's not giveaway. You have to earn it.
Please go ahead.
So, Seku could not answer the question asked by our sister Marvin. The question, what are you doing now to initiate the Women Empowerment Partnership that was spoken of at the agenda conference? He could not. Because for over 2 or 3 weeks, our brother Seku Kane has even refused to answer to the women. They have asked him for inclusion. If this president was really well intentioned to answer our women when they were asking for inclusion, but he did not. He did not. Seku feels very comfortable in totally different environment than to actually have women around to sit and talk about partisan issues, and that's the reason why Seku is not going to empower our women, but I can assure you that we will be able to do it.
Why you got 1 minute?
Different from President Kennedy with regard to his version.
Okay, so what our sisters, our mothers, to come to say, my women empowerment policy is not to speak for the women, it's to ask them, what are the issues that you want us to address? That's how we address issues. We ask them and we help them. I know he boasts about having women in his leadership. You can appoint 1,000 women in your leadership. If you don't empower them to function, it's basically an appointment. Empower them by listening to them, by making sure that they draw up their own agenda as to how they want to go forward in being part of this federation, and we can help to empower them. But there's one thing I want to talk about. I know Seku have one agenda item. That is, nobody have stayed away. And I just want to ask my brothers in New York, when I'm happy to have your father, I want to ask my brothers in Minnesota, when I'm happy to have your father $1,600, will I stay away from the community? No! I want my dollar. When I'm happy to get your father $1,600, will I stay away? No! My brothers with Somali Medical Association, when I'm happy to have your father $1,600, will I stay away? No! And the reason I ask you is,
you still have 10 more seconds.
Okay, so the reason I ask you is that Seku failed to understand that Felmausa is a chapter-based organization, that when you empower the chapter state, Felmausa is
It's time. One more question. Alright, we have a reporter from Seku, and after that, Moderator Mohammed Sharif will ask one more question. After his question, I will take questions from 5 people within the audience right now. So please hang in there. I'm going to go by hand pick. Thank you.
Very much. The God keep bringing up our sisters. Let me tell you the truth. This doesn't everybody doesn't know. The sister that is referencing over and again, yes, we responded to the sisters, we responded to the letters, they were engaged by the commercial by the church, by the Puma. Their letter was responded to by the board chairman. But here's the thing, maybe you don't know. Money is not a using system to fight the mix and bring for him. It doesn't happen like that. To get an administration. No. That's not going to be power. You are indignant. You are trying to expose them to disrespect. You can't do that. We talk to them and we'll continue to talk to them. But to suggest that because Sister Mami is not in administration, they all will be.
It's time. Thank you.
So, Seku continues to say that he will. Intentions are not conclusions, right? He intends to do that. I will never use Mami Fofana to run Felmausa. I will never do that. I'm a professional. I understand how to do this. In fact, I will even empower Mami to do this work than try to rely on her to do it for me. I will never ever try to do that. So, to say that I'm trying to use our sisters to do this, that is totally false. I think why you have failed is the failure of leadership. The failure of leadership is responsible for what we see here today. Is responsible for why it is that since the Maniwa Agenda Conference, you have not initiated anything to impact our system. That's a total failure of leadership. Period.
Thank you very much. The question, and then after that, I have said 5, but being advised to take 3 from each team to ask question, and after that, I go back to my audience to get questions from them. So I think that's fair enough.
Mr. President, this question is for you. We've worked together for a long time. I know the kind of person you are. But in recent time, since you are sentenced to the presidency, there has been an erosion of political strength. You have 6 members of the cabinet who've either resigned or been fired. So now, the trajectory is almost like this is slipping away from you. And if you lose this election, will you have yourself to blame for this?
I got a good question. We're not going to lose the election. We're going to win. Besides that, you know, they say we are human, and Satan is always among us. There are divisive elements. There are people who can only survive through division, regardless of what you do. And we are human beings. There will always be issues. But to what extent you want to take it? And what issue are we talking about? In organization, there will be disagreements. Today, we're going to come up with a decision to make. In making that decision, you're going to step on toes. You're going to offend other people. Will you have the choice as the president of the leader? Will you side with your friends or will you side with the truth? I will side with the truth. And that's exactly what we do. We make decisions that is healthy for the organization, based on business, based on the constitution of the organization. But for those who want to capitalize on people's problem, because brothers and sisters have disagreement, you only use that for political expediency, it means they have no record to go on. So, right now, even the problem that is already resolved, you still use that as a ladder to cling to the leadership. You cannot do that. The organization is moving forward. Despite my brothers and friends that some of whom that resigned and those that will let go, we recognize that good work. We will call them to come and work with us again if needed. So the organization is moving forward. This is why we are doing so.
Time. 1 more hour to go. Mama needs to say rebuttal.
So, Sekou is trying to tell the audience here that Satan is responsible for his lack of leadership. He will never fire Mohammed Dole. If Sekou had a representative leadership, he will never fire Obi. You resign because you're forced to do it. In America, the intelligent way to fire you is to say resign. Okay? And that's why he did it. So because of that lack of leadership, Sekou should not blame Satan. Satan has nothing to do with your ability to lead. 6 of the closest friends that you have left you. For whatever reason, they just left you. That is total failure of leadership.
Time. Brother Fafana, before you go forward, here is my advice to the audience. When we give you the opportunity to ask questions, we don't want you to say, oh, thank you, Mr. Mama, before we never had this opportunity. Forget about that, go straight into your question, or we're going to leave you and move on to someone else. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Thanks to the audience for being here, for our voice to be heard today. President Sekou, I know you very well, like last Mama knows you. We live together to work in our community. To me, I did ask you personally
without a letter because of our personal relationship that I needed you in Milwaukee for peace, but not for election. You asked me to write the membership committee, to write the VP for administration letter. Where is our peace? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother and friend, Abu Fana. He's right. We have known each other for over 20 years from back in Nigeria. Yes, he did call me. And he told me the problem, and we acted on it. I'm not going to suggest that the problem was resolved. No. But for every conflict resolution, is a process.
You decided to stay away except those where you run as a candidate. Felmausa is a combination of chapters. We would have just become ourselves and stay in our little corners. But Felmausa was created to make sure we are a little more of one community, as one, coming together various years and do things. So do you think by not attending any of those things, do you feel any regret as a leader in the community, as one of the founders in the community?
By default, because Felmausa is a 501c3, so all the chapters are 501c3, that is totally false. I don't want you to mislead this community. But you also, Ishaka have to understand now, when we empower the chapter states, when chapter states has empowered us, it is clearly stated in our Federation Constitution, Chapter 7, Article 7, that in order for you to be a full functioning member of this Federation, you should be very active in your chapter state. I have to be active in my chapter state. That's what the Constitution says. Except you are telling me now that that Constitution should be put aside, and the only way I will be active in your chapter state is to come to Dallas and spend 2 weeks, go to New York, spend 2 weeks, go to Arizona, spend 2 weeks. You tend to understand that this whole stay away is not only with simple. I don't think that this drip and drop belief is very, very risky. Should be not the only thing for Felmausa to rely on to make this federation work. Let me ask Arizona what SECU is for. How many maybe less than 2% of the entire membership of the Arizona Court Commission? Are we seeing that those are in Arizona today? You lie. That's not true.
Please, no interruption from the audience.
I think if we, I know somebody said I lie. If we take the 5 years and those are in here, compare it with those are in
Hey, Mamadi just told you that the convention is not important, but yet, again, he said, the convention.
Take it away.
He did not say the convention is not important, but indirectly he said, here is before, then we will understand. And this is not going to focus on you. As a matter of fact, Mamadi being a professional, so people are staying behind him telling you what to say. That's it, that was him. Convention. You say Felmausa convention is a higher judicial. We can't get it both ways. If everybody stays away from the convention, we will not have an organization. Nobody has no defense for staying away for 6 years.
President Kevin, you stated in one of your answers this afternoon that the medical commission was closed by presidential decree, and you accepted that. You appointed me as chairman of the commission. Documentation to that. My second question is, in the last election, you stated that you enrolled in high school, in college at Philly University, and we all here know we funded Felmausa based on one of the principal items we funded Felmausa our education. To serve as a role model, you should be enrolled in school. Are you a graduate at any college? Or are you enrolled right now? or your last statement from the last convention was it false?
Hey, gentlemen, please behave. Hold on 1 second.
Let me address the important ones and I'll go to the other one. The medical mission. You said that I said the President Bangali stopped the medical mission for a It was not my word. It was something that I heard. And I said, if these are the kind of people they're going to have to lead the organization and they have a long way to go. If these are the kind of people you want to run the organization, then you have a problem. If you never join back and listen to a debate, how are you going to run the organization? If you are never join back to listen to a debate, to pick up kids in the delegates, how are you going to run the organization? Let me respect to each other. We are brothers of our all and sisters. So to answer your question, yes, it was said on radio talk show. When Joseph said clearly, join the medical mission by presidential decree. There's nothing in the Constitution that talks about presidential decree. So if you ask me whether I use presidential decree to appoint you, I will say no. I just said clearly that we said no, the medical mission is not there. This means because the medical mission was dissolved because you poorly performed. I'm sorry, but it was because they performed. You can check your letter. Open. You can be fit for different positions. You'll be available, can give it to you. So, to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the brother who's talking about education, he knows me more than anybody else.
Time. I'll be very careful. I don't want my leader. I don't want my leader to operate Felmausa on hearsay. I don't want my leader
excuse me, we want to admonish the officer here who is going to manage security for us. If at all we notice they are misbehaving, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go through Amara so we go through that process. Like I said, we are all family here. Let us behave as one. We are all head of household, let's behave as one, please.
To the African community, he's done a lot of our community. A lot of aid that goes to Liberia, like the fire truck and all that stuff. Mr. Lundy is behind all of those things. He's supposed to be, he has a meeting at the City Hall today, but because we delayed, and he was called to attend the program today, and we just in the process of debate. When the few questions are finished, I would like to give Major Jeffrey a little bit of time to speak to all because he has to go attend his responsibility for the community. Thank you.
After Mamadi's speech, we gave the mayor that opportunity to deliver his short speech and go and attend to the city's business. Thank you. Mamadi, go ahead.
Okay, so back to the topic, right? I initially stated that I don't want my leader in any way or form to take decisions based on hearsay. That's very risky for any organization, and it should be the same for Felmausa. I think as a leader, he should have done his due diligence before appointing Morris Brahman. But to say hearsay, so I can hear anything on NPR today, or I can hear anything on Afro Show and take decision, right? And that impacts our organization, and that's why we see today we don't have the medical mission trip because he did not do his due diligence. If we would have done that, the medical mission would have been here today because he would have understood the different processes or what he needed to do to keep the medical mission trip going. But he didn't do that.
Take this time to welcome on stage the mayor of this.
At least I got everybody to stop arguing, right? Or that'll be next. I just want to say thank you. I don't know if many in this room have heard about what's going on in Virginia right now. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not how most people believe. And I want to say thank you for living in my community. I want to say thank you for your kids going to school, my kids. I have to say how much I appreciate every one of you being a member of our community. So, in a couple of weeks in Minneapolis, we're going to have a program called Cities United. Mayor Hodges, myself, and others, and the whole purpose is to help turn around lives and opportunities for young African males who opportunity is elusive. And so I would ask anybody here, whether you're here in Minnesota or you go back to your home state, to take that message that there are lots of opportunities for us to make a difference and that only by working together. So again, I said I'd be brief. I have 1 minute, right? Is that the time? I just want to say thank you again. I can't say it enough how much of Brooklyn Park and the communities, all of our diversity makes us stronger. And I come here today to make sure that you know that and you hear that today, while other messages are being given. So thank you again.
Thank you, God. You made it claim that you have helped various states with 501c3. And you made that very successfully. My question to you is that in the process of helping these to get a 501c3, did you actually show them the way how to apply for what we call programs like applying for, what's the word I'm trying to use?